There we go. Now here's something you might find interesting. I've had a few posts of late with photos from Fort Amherst and a cannon pointing at a ship that looks just like that. Written right above it is, "Why are you here?" Guests often ask why we have these vessels. They're such peculiar looking fishing vessels. And of course, some of you may be aware, I'm going to change positions here now, you can see it go by. She's not a fishing boat, guys. That is a supply vessel. It's basically a floating pickup truck. Off our coast, there are 4 producing oil fields. Each of those oil fields is serviced by a production platform. 2 of those platforms are actually islands, concrete islands that we built here in Newfoundland. Architectural engineering wonders. Something that, I'd put it up at the 7 wonders of the world. They're marvels. Huge concrete bases made on land, floated them almost 200 miles off the coast, settled them on the ocean bottom, and we've been producing energy with those ever since. 2 of the 4 are floating platforms. Regardless, they are 4 islands in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And those islands require supplies, as you can well imagine. They need food, they need drill bits, they need drilling mud, they need linens, right? Anything that you could possibly imagine for a 21-day stint, because that's the turnaround on those vessels. There are Newfoundland men and women that fly in helicopters to those islands in the middle of the ocean. They do a 21-day turnaround. For 21 days straight, they work and they work and they work. When they finish that, they come back to shore and they have 21 days of leave. One of the reasons that I always suggest that St. John's looks so busy. Where's everybody going? And they seem to be in such a rush. Boy, when you've got 21 days of leave and you've got 1,000 things to do, you'd be surprised at how fast it goes by. Right? You got to get down and visit. You got to get on the go with your buddies. Right? You got to take the family out. You got to go down and help your mother. Right? You got to paint the porch. There's so many chores. Right? You talk about hurry up and do everything on that 21-day turnaround. The vessel that passed by us is one of the Maersk vessels. It is a supply boat. You'll see them tied up at the wharf. Unfortunately, at this time, a lot more tied up than what we would prefer, because that is an important resource not only to Newfoundland, not only to Canada, but to the world. It is arguably a very, very green form of energy. Right? You have to remember, before 2005, right, one of the part of the future of energy, it was wind, it was solar, it was natural gas, and it was clean energy production, like the hydrocarbons we have out here. That is a really, really sweet crude that requires very little in terms of a refining process, and therefore is not only highly sought after, but is highly efficient and effective in terms of fueling our world and providing us with the energy that we need. Now, something to talk about. Thanks for listening, by the way.